So you know how the chess pieces move, right? You know the knight makes that L shape, the bishop goes on the diagonal, but do you know why you should move it to that specific square instead of another one? If you're nodding along, then you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're gonna stop just playing chess, and we're gonna start investigating it.
Yeah, that's right. This whole idea completely changes how you look at the game. See, it's not just a battle anymore. I want you to start thinking of the board like it's a crime scene. It is packed with clues, hidden traps, and amazing opportunities. And you're the detective. The board is your case to crack. You know, this is probably the single biggest wall that new players hit. It's one thing to know the rules. That's kind of like knowing your ABCs. But actually putting those moves together to create a good plan, that's like writing a story. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. Give you the framework to start writing that story with every single move you make.
All right, so first things first, every great detective needs a headquarters, right? A base of operations. While in chess, that's your opening. Before you can go out and solve the case, you've got to get your team ready, get your equipment in order. So let's talk about how to set up your agency. Okay, there are 3 golden rules here. They're basically non-negotiable at the start. Just burn this into your brain. Control the center, develop your pieces, castle early. The center of the board, think of it like the main intersection in a city. If you control it, you control where everything goes. Developing your pieces, that's just getting your key detectives out on the street. And castling, well, that's how you get your king, your most important client, tucked away safely in a corner fortress. Get these 3 things right, and your investigation is already off to a fantastic start.
So, your agency is all set up. Now what? Well, every good detective needs a golden rule. A core principle that keeps you out of trouble and, more importantly, helps you spot when your opponent messes up. And let me tell you, this is the most important habit you will ever learn in chess. And that habit is this. Just stop. Seriously, before you make any move, I don't care if you think it's the most brilliant move in the history of chess, just take a breath. The best detectives don't just kick in the door, right? They observe, they analyze, and then they act. That little pause, that's where the magic happens.
And in that moment, in that pause, you're gonna run a super quick diagnostic. It's just 2 simple questions. But I promise you, these 2 questions will save you from so many mistakes and win you so many games. It's actually crazy how effective this is.
Question number 1. Is my piece safe where I'm about to put it? It's a simple calculation. Look at the square you want to move to. Okay, how many of their pieces are attacking that square? Got it? Now, how many of your pieces are defending that same square? If they have more attackers than you have defenders, it's a trap. Don't move there. It's literally that simple.
Okay, question number 2. Now you flip the script. Scan your opponent's side of the board. Do you see any of their pieces just sitting there, all alone, with no defenders? In chess, we call those hanging pieces. And if you can swoop in and capture one of those safely, and by safely, I mean without your piece getting captured right back, well, that's a free clue. It's a free piece, and that's a huge advantage.
All right, you've got your setup and you've got your golden rule. Now for the really fun part, the gadgets. You know, the clever little tricks of the trade. In chess, we call these tactics. And these are the secret moves and clever traps that let you crack the case wide open.
So, tool number 1 in your kit is the fork. It's just a thing of beauty. This is when one of your pieces makes a move, and suddenly, bam, it's attacking 2 of your opponent's pieces at the exact same time. Now, they can only save one of them, which means you get to capture the other. Gotcha. So, how do you spot one? Well, the knight is the absolute master of the fork with its tricky L-shaped move. Keep your eyes peeled for any 2 enemy pieces that are kind of awkwardly close to each other. Then just scan your own army and ask, can any of my pieces jump to a square that attacks both of them at once? You will be shocked how often the answer is yes. Next gadget up is the pin. Imagine you've got a bad guy cornered, but standing right behind him is someone way more important, like the king. Well, that bad guy can't run away, can he? Because if he moves, something much worse happens. That piece in front is totally paralyzed. It is pinned to the spot. And there were actually 2 types of pins. If the super important piece in the back is the king, that's called an absolute pin. The piece in front literally cannot move. It's against the rules. But if the piece in the back is a queen or a rook, we call that a relative pin. The piece can move, but it would be a catastrophic mistake. To spot them, just look for any enemy pieces that are lined up in a row.
And our third gadget is the skewer. Now, a skewer is basically a pin, but in reverse. Think of it like an X-ray attack. This time, you're not attacking the bodyguard in front. Oh no. You're aiming straight for the VIP.
Here's how it works. You attack a really valuable piece, like their queen. Well, they have to move it, right? They've got to run away. But when they do, they expose a less valuable piece that was hiding behind it, and you get to just snatch it up. It's wonderfully direct.
So let's make the difference super clear. With a pin, the less valuable piece is in the front, and it gets stuck. With a skewer, the more valuable piece is in the front, and it's forced to run away, leaving the other piece behind. Simple, right? One gets stuck, the other has to run. Okay, wow, we have covered a lot. We've got our agency set up, we've got our detective's golden rule, and we've got our cool toolkit of tricks. So the big question is, how do we put all of this together into a standard operating procedure you can use on every single move of every single game?
First, let's do a quick fire recap of that toolkit. The fork is your double threat. The pin freezes an enemy piece in place, and the skewer is that X-ray attack. If you can master these three, you'll be cracking cases in no time. And this is it. This is your new habit, your 3-step checklist for every single move. First, the opening check. Am I doing the 3 key things? Second, the safety check. Is my move safe, and can I grab any of their free pieces? And finally, the tactic check. Can I use one of my new gadgets, a fork, a pin, or a skewer? This process is what turns guessing into a real solid decision.
So from now on, you're not just moving pieces around. You are an investigator. You're looking for clues, you're setting traps, and you're solving the puzzle of the board. So the only question left is this. Now that you've got your detective's handbook, what clues are you going to find in your next game? Good luck, detective.